Do you really want to build a community around your streetwear brand, or are you just wanting to be part of the trend? That's the question we are speaking about today. You're listening to the Street Cred podcast, the show laser focused on helping clothing brands turn their audience into a community. I'm Elijah Delport. Look, the truth is, community isn't for everyone. It's not for every company. It's not for every brand, and it might not be for you. So I want to discuss this is almost like a recalibration of who this podcast is for and who this isn't for. It's because it's all about community. That's the truth. And the chances are low, but it's true that there are chances that you might be sitting listening to this podcast right now and going, this guy is speaking about a load of crap. This is all BS. It's such BS. And look, in that case, then I could pretty confidently say you probably fit inside this category of a brand that doesn't really care to build community. But I hope that by the end of this episode, we can come to a real good conclusion about what does it mean to want to build community as a brand. Do you really want to build a community, or are you just wanting to be a part of a trend? And well, that's really it. Maybe we might learn that we're not the best fit for each other at the end of this episode. You might want to unsubscribe, or maybe you'll go, no, this is really it for me. And I do really want to subscribe and be a part of this. And you might even follow my work a bit closer. So that's my goal for today. And look, there's some brands out there that it becomes obvious to me that they just want to make some money. Like, they want to make some cash. And like, it's not just say that those that want to build community don't care about money, because that's not the truth. Like, everyone, you need, at the very least, you need money to keep doing what you're doing. And if you're doing something good, to be sustainable is a great thing, right? And that's why it's really important to make some money. But there's some brands that, I mean, I'll have conversations on a daily basis with brand owners, whether it be in my community, in my private coaching, or just on some of the content that I consume that's in the industry at the moment. Some of it, man, I can't help but facepalm when I see all the stuff about, or when I hear people talking like they just want to do some, drop shipping to make a bit of money, to make a bit of cash. They don't really care about the quality of their product. It's just they just want to reach some sort of 10K a month goal. And there's part of that disappoints me. And look, I don't think that's really, like, it's certainly not who I'm trying to reach with what I'm doing. And so not only does that disappoint me, but it's occurred to me that they're also the kind of people that aren't going to resonate with this message of building community. Because building community is not for everyone. It takes work, it takes effort, it pays off, but it can't be disingenuine. Because the truth is, if you are, like, the benefits of community are real. If you're able to successfully build a community, what you get in the end is more customers that stay for longer and buy more times, right? Increased customer loyalty. In fact, so much so that we've seen cases of brands that build community, and in doing so, they've been able to skyrocket their business. They've been able to double, triple, quadruple, 10x their conversion rate, and consequently their revenue. Right? These numbers are real, but then there's people that come along and go, okay, I want those numbers, so let's just pretend to donate some of this money to a good cause and then call it a day, and that's how we're going to make more money. The truth is, I think that many brands are, like, we're more see-through than we think. It's quite funny, actually, because I think, like, even in conversation and talking in socializing with people in public, I find it to be true that people are more transparent than what they believe to be. And I often have to stay conscious of this myself. It's that if I decide to show a mask or a version of myself that's not really me, it's like, yeah, people can see through it. People can see, and I think that it's the same in business, that if your effort to cultivate a community is disingenuine, that it's for profits over people, then you've missed the entire point, number one. And number two, everyone sees it, and it's probably not going to work. And so community isn't for everyone, because there's some brands also that have a real product focus, right? And I think product focus is not a bad thing. However, it's not a community thing. Is what I believe. And so I think you can really care about your product but not have a product focus. You can want to make the best clothing product ever and still not have a product focus. So when I say brands that have a product focus, I mean everything that they do is about their product. Every marketing point, every differentiation that they try and push upon their customers is about the quality of their product better than everyone else, right? And it's about the features that their product offers and how good their designs are. These are good things. They're necessary, in fact, essential to market those points. However, I believe it's a second degree marketing because they're logic decisions, and we often, more often than not, we make buying decisions with the emotional part of our brain. Our limbic brain, which is in charge of decision making, is also not in charge of speech or logical reasoning as the frontal cortex is. It's in charge of decision making and emotions, right? So in other words, the same part of our brain that's in charge of decision making is in charge of emotions, right? That's amazing to me. And so that's why the other side of this, to me, it doesn't really make sense that someone would go out of their way to advertise all the logical parts of why you'd buy their product as the first reason, right? It's a reason, but I really think it's the second one. Because if the first reason is why you should buy the product is because, it's super rain resistant and, all these, like whatever like it's 200 GSM or 250 GSM, like that's good to read in the details sheet once I've already decided I'm going to buy the garment. And it's just like the cherry on top. Yes, move it over the line, get to cart, close the cart, bang, we're done. It's, money's in the account, right? That's when the moment comes to sell the features, sell the what, the specifics, the details. But, up until that point, I truly believe it's about community. And it comes back to the fact that at the end of our lives, no one's ever going to talk about and share stories about the features. It sounds kind of funny to say, but on our deathbeds, I just know that we're going to talk about the communities that we're a part of, the people that were in those and made those happen, and the stories surrounding. Like, that's the truth. That's what happens. That's what happens at funerals, if you've ever been to one. First of all, I'm sorry for your loss, because that's really unfortunate. Second of all, we're all going to die. I don't know, that's a bit of a random point to throw in there. But my real point is that when people share it at funerals, it's all about the communities that they were a part of, the people in them, and the stories around them, right? And like never about features, never about products. And so that's, to be someone that people talk about, it's about community. So look, I suppose my conclusion on this idea is that community really isn't for everyone, because some people don't believe everything that I've just mentioned, and that's okay. But however, I think that if you want to build something with longevity, that has long-term sustainability, that leaves a legacy, that has the ability to live on after you've been and gone, I believe that community as a focus is not a bad play. In fact, it's one of the best plays that you can make. So look, community isn't for everyone. This podcast is not about how to make $10,000 a month in 30 days. It's not about that. However, for those of you that do really want to make significant impact and positive impact on this world through the clothing that you create and the message that you want to share with the world and the vision you have for that, I believe these kind of goals and beyond, the financial and monetary goals, are not out of reach. I really truly believe that those that give lots receive even more. I do believe that. And those that are focused on taking are going to be swimming in an upstream motion. And that they're always against the stream. They're always against the current. And it's an uphill battle. To use another word picture, to throw another one out here. The point is, it's hard, right? It's against the grain. How many word pictures can I give you? So yeah, that's what I believe. Those that build community stand to make a lot of money and do it well. However, if making the money is the primary objective to it all, and making a lot of money and it's profits over people, then you miss the whole point, and you're probably the person that I'm speaking to in that community isn't for everyone, and that's okay. So look, my conclusion summary of all this is, if I were to leave you with any thoughts, is I hope you make a lot of money and have great positive impact in the process. Truly, that is my true desire for anyone listening to the podcast, and part of my goal in the way I deliver episodes is helping you achieve that goal. So thanks for listening to this episode of Street Cred. If this was valuable or you resonate some way with my vision for the future of the fashion industry, I encourage you to join my community of brand owners. At the moment, there's 47 passionate fashion entrepreneurs in there that are making it happen. You're going to learn a lot. There's people to network with. I've even got a free streetwear marketing course in there that you can consume. There's no catch, all value. There's a link in the description wherever you're consuming this podcast, for you to go ahead and sign yourself up to the community. So thanks very much for listening to this episode. I'll see you tomorrow with another one. I'm Elijah Delport. Bye for now.